You don't see many moms doing comedy. Why is that? Think of your own mom, for example, right? When you were born, everything changed. She took one look at you and realized she just made the biggest joke possible. And there's nowhere to go in comedy after that. Kids are just tiny reminders of all of your flaws, right? Because they're mini versions of you that have not yet been taught any lessons. And you can't even hit them back with the yo mama joke. They say, Candy, how do you do it all? As a working full-time mom, 2 kids, and now you're pursuing comedy? And I say, it's easy. You just need to wake up every day with the deep-seated pathological belief that your self-worth is only determined by your productivity. That anxiety will fuel you to get everything done. Internalized capitalism, baby. You know, people talk about how childbirth, it's so natural. And it is natural. But it's natural like how a hurricane is natural. It does occur in nature, but it will tear some shit up on the way through. Now, if that joke bothers you, when did you call your mom last? I gave birth to 2 daughters. They were both 10 pounds at birth. So I like to say, I delivered 2 extra large, no sausage. This is now how I'd like to be introduced, by the way. Now presenting, with 2 birthing titles, Candy! But instead of a championship belt, you just have like a mesh diaper, you know? I had epidurals for both children. And I gotta say, I have no idea what my anesthesiologist looks like. I'll marry them. I love them so much. I love them more than anyone on planet Earth. My husband knows this. If you have any body shame, might I recommend a cure is birthing children. Because after you give birth at a teaching hospital and you shit on a table in front of everyone, there's not really any shame left, is there? It's wild because so many people were down here that day. And what a day to have visitors. It'd be like if the only day you visited New York City was September 11th, 2001. You come back. It's not usually so gory, you know? I like to call this series Things That People Say About Tattoos That Could Be Said About Children. They're so permanent. They will wreck your body forever. You can't get one. What if someday you change your mind? Then it'll be too late. Boomer women have early onset dementia. How do I know this? Because so many of them tell moms of my age just dumb things. You know, treasure every moment. Every moment? Every moment? Every moment. What about the episiotomy? You gonna treasure that one? What about when you come home with an ice pack and a diaper from the hospital? You gonna treasure that? Sleep when the baby sleeps. Oh, and when I change my baby's diaper, will my baby also change my diaper? The days are long, but the years are short. But the nights last forever. Have you ever seen a raccoon on meth? Let me answer your question with a question. Have you ever seen a toddler without a nap? Same thing. Actually, you might be able to get the raccoon ham or something to calm him down. Not the toddler. Not the toddler. Riddle me this. In the 90s, as was custom, you were allowed to spank your children. Right? 90s, you could hit your children. And today, my children will hit me. But I can't hit them back. So I want to know, when is it my turn to hit some people? Or am I just an intergenerational punching bag? They say your kids act out the most the people they feel safest with. So I wish my kids didn't feel quite so safe with me. And the demands! These children have demands coming at me both ways, right? Just demands after demands after demands. And they're not even good negotiators, right? You put a toddler in charge of a hostage situation, this is how it goes down. You give me what I want, or I'll kill 5 people. Okay, kill 10. The trolley problem, not a problem to toddlers. Pro parenting tip. When my children ask me for demand after demand after demand, eventually I just say, listen, you're gonna have to wait 5 minutes. Okay? Be like, Mommy, can I have a snack? 5 minutes. Mommy, can I have Milky? 5 minutes. Mommy, I have an axe in my head. 5 minutes. Some parents, they get all huffy if you say that having a dog is like having a baby. Isn't it though? Don't eat that. Come here. Come here. Don't poop on the rug. What's in your mouth? A key difference I have determined though between dogs and kids is one of them you're allowed to keep in a cage. And our dog sleeps in our bed, so you do the math. Listen, it can be very easy to just complain and complain and complain about your children, right? And that's not fair. Because, of course, there are rewards to parenting, right? If you show up day in and day out for those kids, you give them what they need, then you get the sweet, sweet reward. Not going to prison. Just makes it all worth it, you know?